Hello, you're welcome. It gives me great joy to notice you viewing this video today, and I'm particularly very excited. Thank you very much. I'm Dr. Laika Conley. I'm a lecturer in the university. I'm a sociologist. I'm a public speaker. I'm a researcher. I'm a life coach. So on this channel, I do a number of stuff. For all these stuffs, you can cluster them into four: sociology, research, relationship, and migration. All these I do as consistently as possible to add value to my subscribers and my viewers. If this is your first time of coming in contact with my channel or viewing my content, kindly subscribe to this channel. Kindly comment, like, and share. And please tell others about this channel that they have a lot to gain from all the content I release. And if you have subscribed to this channel previously, thank you very much for staying tuned. So today, I want to address another very important topic. What is criminology or sociology of deviant behavior? And what is relevant? In some universities, they refer to this course as criminology. Some universities, they refer to this course as sociology of deviant behavior. They are the same. So it depends, it's a matter of what the university institution prefers to use to describe this program. Meanwhile, it's a very important component of sociology. You can also take this video in sync with the video I did on areas of specialization of sociology, or areas of specialization or branches of sociology. It's one of our very early videos that I made when I opened this channel. So look at that, view that video, then you can view this one also, or view this one depending on your preference. So what is criminology or sociology of deviant behavior, and what is the relevance? So this is one of the very lucrative and very fantastic sub-disciplines of sociology. I did a video on how popular is sociology, another video on how lucrative is sociology. You can view these videos on this channel. So criminology or sociology of deviant behavior is very relevant and is one of the most versatile areas of sociology. So criminology is a branch of sociology, and it is the scientific study of crime, criminal behavior, or law enforcement. Criminology studies criminals, criminal tendencies, crime, and law enforcement. So in criminology, what basically we want to achieve is to understand why people commit crime. What are the root causes of criminal activity? Meanwhile, not all deviants or deviant behaviors are criminal. So that's why some people prefer to call it sociology of deviant behavior, because in this space of this subdiscipline of criminology, usually when it is in sociology, we are not only interested in criminal behavior, we are interested in all manners of deviation. What do you mean by deviation or deviant behavior? You have norms, you have values. Societies expect people to behave in certain ways, and they have rules of behavior which are not codified as laws. These are what we call norms. They are informal rules of behavior. When they become codified, when they become formalized through the political system, legal system, then they become laws. But in sociology of deviant behavior, we are not interested in breaking the law alone. We're not interested in the law alone. We're also interested in deviant behavior that may not be as grievous as that to be considered as crimes. So that's why in some university, when they call it criminology within sociology, it goes beyond studying criminal behavior. We also try to understand non-criminal behaviors, but there are deviations from the norms, from the expected ways of behaviors. So you have to get this very correctly. So when you are studying criminology in sociology, we are not only interested in crime, we are also interested in deviant behaviors that are not in conformity with norms and values of society, but are not as grievous as that to be considered as crime. Because don't forget, the essence of sociology is to understand the law is to understand the social order. So as much as I want to understand the sociology sociology of human behavior, want to understand sociology around how people behave, why people behave, we are also interested in generally understanding the law, the social order in that society. So anything that threatens the social order of that social equilibrium of that society negatively, we are interested in it. And that's why we sometimes refer to it as sociology of deviant behavior. So criminal activities are deviant behavior, but non-criminal activities, but are deviation from the norms, the general patterns of behavior, are also deviant behavior. So we are interested in both criminal activity and non-criminal activities in criminology and sociology of deviant behavior. You see, that's why when you study criminology within sociology, it's wider, it's more dynamic, it's more versatile, it's more comprehensive than when you study criminology in law or when you study it as a standalone discipline. So wouldn't you rather prefer to study criminology within the context of sociology, which is wider and more versatile? So we're not just talking about, we're not just talking about criminal behavior alone, but also non-criminal deviations. And we go in criminology and sociology down to the roots. We do what we call root cause analysis of this. So criminology, sociology of deviant behavior, scientific study, this subdiscipline is scientific study of criminal behavior, of crime, of law enforcement, of understanding the formal and the informal processes of behaviors that can be considered as deviation. So while we're interested in the criminal behavior, the criminal justice system, the law enforcement, the criminal behavior, and the criminal themselves, we're also interested in non-criminal social deviations. And in criminology, we are interested also in formal justice system, and the informal justice system. Formal behavior and the informal behavior. That is when you don't behave within a formal environment, but in informal environment. So we are interested in these two scenarios. So we're interested in the criminal justice system and the formal system, and we are interested in the informal system, because there cannot be formal without the informal. You see the logic. So why only the formal? So we are interested also in the informal. So we're interested in the criminological study within sociology at the informal system, informal justice system, and the formal justice system, including the criminal justice system. So it's very robust. So criminology or sociology of deviant behavior is a study of the non-legal criminal context and criminal behavior. So we are not interested in the legal. When we go to study the legal, we're not going into the nitty-gritty of the law, but the behavioral component that surrounds the legal system. So that's why we're describing it as sociological or scientific study of the non-legal part of crime and criminal behavior. Scientific studies of non-legal part of crime and criminal behavior. So criminologists don't go to represent people in court. When we go to court, we just go and study the non-legal behavioral patterns, behaviors of judges, the behaviors of lawyers, behaviors of criminals. We want to understand this behavior in prison and the human action and activities, the norms and the values, the laws in the prison. So we don't represent people in court. So criminology or sociology of deviant behavior want to apply concepts, principles, theories, methodologies of sociology to understanding crime and criminal behavior and social and deviant behavior. So the criminology or sociology of deviant behavior is still within sociology. So it's going to be criminology as sociological study of crime and criminal behavior and legal system, formal and informal. So criminology applies the concepts, the principles, the methodologies, theories of sociology to understanding criminal behavior or deviant behavior. So we want to answer the question of why do people commit crime? Why do some people commit crime and some people do not commit crime even when they are exposed to the same situations in the same country? Why do you have twins and the A commits crime and the B does not commit crime? What are the root causes? We have the biological theories, we have the social, we have anomy theory, a number of theories that we have formed. There have been theories that explain maybe it's because of the biological or genetic compositions of criminals that predispose. We find that I believe that because of normlessness, the Metonian theories of anomy, talking about is the normlessness, the confusion in societies, and confusions around norms, social dynamics that trouble. So we want to understand this because of to have deterrence and prevention. In criminology, in sociology of deviant behavior, we are not really actually interested in retribution or penalties, certainly. There have been theories about the fact that penalties don't actually lead to ultimate result of reformation. But preventions are better. But when it's time for people to be retributed, to be punished, to be imprisoned, to be subjected to the penal system, to the formal legal system, criminology is not against that. There are different theories to explain this. But the root cause analysis will enable criminologists to also be able to nip the problem in the bud, to understand the environment, to understand the preventive capacity and the preventive system, to understand the factors that predispose people to criminal tendencies and social and deviant behavior, issues of unemployment, issues of racism, issues of inequality, issues of a lot of issues, inequality in society that can make people to even poverty and a number of other issues that can. But we have believed that this usual root cause analysis in terms of inequality, unemployment, poverty, racism, and the rest of it, they might be necessary factors to predispose people to crime and deviant behavior, but they are not sufficient factors because there are people within the same system who do not, who are exposed to the same factors, but they are not criminal. They are still conformists. They are not deviant. So these are questions, and ultimately is to have harmonious and social order. So contemporary criminological studies or sociology of deviant behavior are beginning to look at beyond this format that we have found not to be very efficient in managing society, in preventing crime. There's now more emphasis on the informal systems in society, looking at traditional institutions of many societies, indigenous knowledge systems of many societies in terms of combating and preventing crimes. I've seen a lot of work in this area because the formal system is beginning to be found to be very not so sustainably efficient or effective in preventing crime or in managing crime. There is increasing shift towards understanding the traditional institution, indigenous knowledge, and also the informal system. Even that's why we're now talking about alternative dispute resolution, because the legal system also in preventing crime, in managing crime, have not been able to deter people sufficiently. Deterrence within the formal system is not enough, and it's time wasting, it's cumbersome, it's technical, it destroys relationship. And criminology and sociology, we are still very much interested in understanding how human relationships can even be managed better and still be effective even after disagreement or dispute. So the alternative dispute resolution are there. They are now beginning to be popular: multi-door court houses, mediation, and arbitration, and the rest of them. Also using traditional systems. So criminology is a very versatile area that one can look at. There are theories of it, like I've mentioned, and there are factors to prevent, and the methodologies are there. But it's a very lucrative course. So, but generally, what I'm giving you in this video is to give you insights into criminology. SNL, or Sociology of Deviant Behaviour, as a very versatile area. And there are many jobs for criminologists. In fact, like I said, one of the most lucrative areas of sociology. They can work in security. There's highly sought after in security, in the security system, because people understand human behavior in a way they can better understand and manage crime and prevent crime. They can be advisors, they can be lecturers, they can be social workers, they can be a number of things. They can be consultants. So criminology is a very nice call. I welcome you to the space of criminology or sociology of deviant behaviors. But whenever you want to, let me give you a tip. If you not a professional, if you are still a student, make sure you draw as many comparative examples across societies. Make sure you write as elaborately as possible. If possible, get extra sheets in your exam. Be historical. Look at it, because we also want to look at the history of societies to understand social dynamics, what has changed, what has been the patterns and trajectories of crime and deviant behaviors in societies over time. Are there new parameters, new elements, new factors in societies that are predisposing people to crime and deviant behaviors? As societies develop and become more complicated, we can begin to ask questions about westernization, globalization, modernization, postmodernism, and the rest of the cultural diffusion, acculturation, and the rest of it. Industrialization, urbanization processes. What are these factors? And how are they impacting people's behavior? How are these factors making it difficult for people to commit crime or commit crime? How are these factors enabling people to be deviant in society? Or how are they preventing people from deviance in society? So being historical is a very important component of analytical method in criminology or sociology of deviant behavior. And be comparative. That's why we will want to know why is it that crime rate is higher in one country and not in another country. Why is it that two different people in the same society or two groups are having different criminal outlook or deviant outlook? So these are questions that criminology want to answer. Ultimately, so that there can be social order and human behaviors can better understand and better engineered for progressive society. I hope you have benefited from this video today. Until I see you in my next video, kindly subscribe to this channel, comment, like, and share, and tell others about the channel. Be your best.